All right, now we'll try something else. We'll try to select elements with an href. Before we do that, let's just add an href to our links. So we've got a couple of links in the Apple div. Let's give an href there. So first one, let's give it an href of google.com, for example. And the second one, let's give it an href of microsoft.com, for example. Microsoft.com. Okay, so now if you want to select all elements with an href, all we need to do is use again the $sign followed by the selector, and in our case we're going to need brackets, and inside the brackets we're going to write href. Okay, and then we can decorate that as we want. So we can set, for example, the color, for instance, to red. Now you can see that both these links, they became red because they have an href attribute. Okay, let's add a couple of list items, one in Apple and one in Microsoft. So let's add one right after the Apple paragraph. Okay, so it's gonna be an ordered list. Okay, and let's have a few list items there. So let's go for car makes, so BMW, Audi, Mercedes. Okay, and let's add the same list in the Microsoft div right after the paragraph. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to select the list items that are first child, okay, and give them a background color. So we're gonna use the $sign and then the selector, and it's going to be list item colon and first child, exactly the same way we have done with the paragraphs as our first childs. Okay, so and then we will use the CSS function and we'll change the background color. Okay, let's use some background color for this. Okay, let's go for something like that. Okay, and we can see now that all the list items that are first in the list, they took the green background color. And we can do the same thing for the last child as well. So okay, so both the first child and the last child turned green. All right, okay, let's see what happened here. Okay, it's because of the height, which is set to 100 pixels. So if we change the height of all elements to auto, we should avoid that problem. Let's try, and now we can see everything inside the div. Okay, so now we want to try something else. We want to select elements inside a table. So let's build a simple table in the Microsoft div. So let's build this right after the unordered list. Okay, so it's going to be need a table tag. Okay, and let's have our first table row. Okay, let's have 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's have 6 rows. Let's have some headers. So let's choose, for example, phone make. Okay, phone make model, and for example storage. Okay, and let's try table data. First one, Apple. and then iPhone 4, for example, and then a storage of 16 gigabytes. Let's just copy paste. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to select all the even rows. So all we need to do is use the $, and then the selector is going to be table row colon even, and we want to change the background color let's change it to something. Okay, let's pick up a color from here. Let's go for that color. Okay, and also, okay, let's try and see if it works. Yes, it is working. So you can see that's all the even rows. So bear in mind that we start with index 0 all the time. So that's 0, 1, 2. So we can see that 0, 2, 4. They all change their background color to this color. Okay, we can do the same thing with odd rows using table row colon odd, and we can pick up another color. So let's pick up, for example, something like this, and let's see what we get. And we can see that all the odd rows they have changed. Okay. All right. Now let's see how to select inputs. So let's build another paragraph right after the table, and okay, have something there. So some text, type your name, and let's have some input there. So we need the input tag. Okay. Okay, and also let's have a button for I'll give it a type of submit. Put some text there, submit. Okay, now, so if we want to access all the inputs of the page, so we need $, and the selector is going to be colon input. Okay, so this is a bit different. So we need colon followed by inputs. So this is for all inputs of the page, and then we can change the background color, for example, using the CSS function, and we can pick up a color from there. Okay. Also, we can do the same thing for the buttons of type submit. So the selector in this case is going to be colon submit. Okay. It's a capital S. Okay. And let's also pick up a color for this. Let's go for something like that. Okay, we didn't close the table tag there, so now let's try again. Okay, so you can see the input there with the color and also the submit button. So the color changed for submit button as well. One last thing, we want to select all the divs that include a table. Okay, so if you want to do that, the syntax is going to be again $, and then the selector in this case is going to be all the divs, okay, colon, and then has, so every div that has got a table. Okay, so we need this syntax, and we can change the background again, background color. Okay, background color. And let's change it to okay, let's use this color, for example. Now we can see that this div, the Microsoft div, which is the only one that includes a table in it, has just changed its color to light blue. All right. So that's how we use selectors. We select HTML elements using jQuery. We covered quite a few examples here. There are other examples that we can't cover in here, but we will see a little bit more in projects.